So we're back in that same street, and as you can see from looking behind me, it hasn't improved with regards to the amount of rubbish that's still being left outside or not collected by the city council or bin men or whatever, and whoever it is you want to blame. As you can see, there's quite a lot of it over there. Now obviously one of the things that we'd mentioned was regarding mice. So we'd said that obviously there's been an increase in the mice population since the bin strike started, and why that is important to you. So for example, a common mouse, or known as a house mouse, will have a litter that's larger than a rat. So they have somewhere between 9 and 12 mice. Same incubation period, about 6 weeks, and adulthood comes 12 weeks later. And then you've got the wild mice, the field mice. Now they only have a litter of about 2 to 3, so if you're going to have a rodent, have them, because there's less chances of the population growing. Now why is that important, and why does it affect us? So we were talking about types of viruses that rodents carry, the types of bacteria they carry, how many times they go to the toilet, and probably total weight of droppings that are being left in Birmingham, etc. And why that's important is because of what it contains inside. So let me give you for example. So if you've got a normal mouse, so a common mouse, a house mouse. Now a house mouse will do a dropping and it'll look like a dried rice, so uncooked rice. Now when a rat goes for a number 2, its dropping looks more like a sultana. Now they'll come in 3 different colours, so they'll be black and glossy, so really shiny. You can really spot them, and the reason why they're black and shiny is because they got moisture inside. So that indicates to us that the droppings are between 1 and 7 days old, because obviously, and that depends on temperature, etc. Obviously the warmer it is, the quicker it'll dry out, but it's normally between 0 and 7 days. Then it'll go black matte, so it'll be very matte in colour but still black. Now that indicates that the moisture's been the moisture, which is the liquid inside, is evaporated, and it's just the solid of the dropping itself. Now that could be anything up to 3 months old if it's black and matte. Then it changes colour again. It starts to go like a battleship grey in colour. Now that indicates that the dropping's anywhere between 3 months and 12 months old. The moisture's all gone and it's about ready to crumble down and break up, and that's when it becomes dangerous. So if you think about it, if you've had rats in your loft, the chances are, or mice in your loft, the chances are that they've obviously done droppings all over your suitcases, your Christmas decorations, etc. And you normally only go into your loft maybe 2 or 3 times a year, you know, to get the suitcases down that these rats and rodents have pooped all over and urinated all over, and you're going to stick all your clothes for your holiday in. Nice. And then obviously the Christmas decorations, because you generally store them up there, and they'll have the same thing. Now it's when you go up into the loft and that grey started to break down, and as you notice, as you walk around, you get all them particles coming up into the air. Now them particles will include the rodent dropping, and you'll be breathing in them viruses, and that's where it can become dangerous. And one of them viruses is what they call a rat-like flu. Now it's the same symptoms as the flu, you know, that you have in the winter time. So if you've gone up there, breathed it in, and a couple of days later you got a snotty nose, sore throat, etc, etc, and you think, oh, you know, it's the winter flu, chances are it might be something else, and it's something that you need to be aware of. Now if you've got a lot of droppings up there, you need to remove them, and it's always best to call a pest controller to remove them, like us, TLC Pest Control, because we'll do what they call a biospray. So we'll actually spray the insulation, and what that does is it adds moisture onto the insulation, locks in all that and then we can bag it up, zip tie it, and obviously get rid of it as a hazardous waste, and it needs to go through as a hazardous waste and not a non-hazardous waste to be disposed of correctly. And then you can get the loft cleaned, re-insulated, and hopefully while you're up there you can see the access points where the rodents have got in, and you can proof it to ensure that you don't have to go through them issues again.